Hi everyone, my name is Gavin and a very warm welcome to another video on my channel, Climb Photography. Now, I started photography way back in the 1970s. That means I've been doing photography now for more than 50 years. Now, you wouldn't say so looking at this face of mine, but seriously, yes, I started in high school way back in the 1970s, and so I've been doing photography for a long, long time. And there are quite a few different things that I enjoy photographing, but there is one subject in particular that I have a very soft spot for, and that is the bees on our planet Earth. Now, there are a number of reasons for it. Bees really do fascinate me. In my section of the garden over here, I've planted a lot of flowers that will attract the bees, so I have ample opportunity to look at them, and they fly around from flower to flower doing their thing. But what exactly is that? What is their thing? Well, of course, we can see them as they go from flower to flower. They spend a bit of time on each flower. And most of the time, we wouldn't really pay too much attention to that, would we? But there's something really important going on here. And bees have been around for a long, long time, longer than me. They've been around for millions of years. And their activities over here, of course, they've been doing that for millions of years as well. So what is it that they are doing? Well, there are two important things. Number one, they do get their food from these flowers, the nectar that they're able to extract from all of these different flowers. So they need that as a food source. But they're also doing something else. They are cross-pollinating. Cross-pollinating is quite an interesting process in nature and very important. The bees, for example, are transferring pollens from one flower to other flowers. And that process is vital, absolutely essential for flowers to reproduce. So it's almost as if the bees and the flowers have some sort of agreement between themselves. For example, the bees need the food from the flowers need the bees for cross-pollination so that they can reproduce. A real essential partnership agreement going on over here in nature and my garden and yours too. Now the important thing is, cross-pollination doesn't only happen with flowers. It also happens with a variety of crops and fruit trees. And this is essential to food production. If that process of cross-pollination didn't happen out on the farms, for example, we'd have problems with various crops not flourishing, and that would lead to a number of very serious problems, like food shortages, for example. And you can imagine what the planet would be if we had food shortages because we didn't have enough bees and therefore, not enough cross-pollination. Now, the problem is bees actually do face a number of serious threats. And in some parts of the world, not all parts, but in some parts of the world, the numbers of bees are declining, reducing. Now that is a warning bell, an alarm bell going off. Something is wrong and we need to be aware of it and we need to be able to do something about it. Now, as a photographer, I want to take the best possible photographs that I can. All photographers want to do that. If you're a photographer, you'll have the same objectives. You want the best possible photographs in your portfolio. And, well, certainly for me, I want exactly the same. And when it comes to bees, there's a certain challenge, and I really do enjoy a challenge with my photography. And I believe that through my photography, I can become, well, not me, but my photographs can become a voice for these bees out in the world, a voice to make people aware of their importance, to make people aware of the threats that face bees and the consequences for all of us on planet Earth in terms of the ecosystem, biodiversity, and many other things as well. And to also then make people aware of the things that can be done to protect our bees. Fortunately, there are many people, many organizations, many countries that are taking wonderful steps, action, proper action, to protect our bees and to make sure that their numbers do not decline. But there is still a lot more work to be done. And as I said, the consequences of having bees disappear or having their numbers significantly reduce, that's just too awful to even contemplate. Now, as I said, I've been really fascinated, even obsessed with bee photography, and I'd like to give you an idea of some of the photographs that I have taken. At this stage, I think I have well over 1,000 photographs on my computer of bees. So I have selected a few, just a few, from my entire portfolio to show you, and that's coming up right now. Now, my friends, I do hope that you enjoyed that selection of bee photographs from my portfolio. As I said, I've got well over 1,000 photographs of bees on my computer, and I still photograph them whenever I can. I'm always looking for an opportunity to do something different and to continually improve. Again, not only to add to the value of my own portfolio of photographs, but also so that maybe that voice for the bees can become louder, more powerful, and that is what I'm looking to achieve with my bee photography. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is an introductory video. I plan to do many more about bee photography and all those related issues that I spoke about in this video. And I hope you have found it interesting. I'd like to have you back on my channel, not only to see videos of other subjects that I photograph, but to also see what further work I'll be doing with bee photography and the efforts to raise awareness and try and get more activity going to save our bees, to save our ecosystem, and ultimately, you might say, to save ourselves. So I invite you to please click the like button, subscribe to my channel. Please do have a look at my website. There's a lot more information and other photographs on my website, and also a Facebook page that I have dedicated specifically to my bee photography. I thank you for watching. I hope to see you all again soon. Have a great day.